Hello, everyone. My name is Emil or AJ Pisaksak, and my topic for the presentation and final paper is on the Shonen Jump Company and their impact basically on the world. So here we go. Why did I choose this topic of Shonen Jump? Well, it all goes back to when I was a little kid, 9 years old, and I finally figured out what anime was. I picked up Naruto, one of the Shonen Jump anime, and I was immediately hooked when watching it. And then after I finished it, I branched out into different Shonen anime like Yu Yu Hakusho, Bleach, and One Piece. And these anime, plus a couple others that I've watched to this day, have shaped who I am as a person. And I'm just so thankful for that. So my research so far, I've looked at the origins of shonen. So basically, a publishing company called Suesha wanted to broaden its horizons and appeal to a different audience. So on July 2nd, 1968, they decided to make a manga publication company and called it Shonen Jump. So shonen was made to target the younger male demographic or audience, and it was a hit. Why was it so successful? It's because they had a well-rounded lineup with a lot of diverse manga, and they also had Shameless School, which was a manga that had a very relatable character because it also followed a young male that had problems, and it was just relatable for the demographic because they could relate to that protagonist. So with this lineup and Shameless School, their popularity just kept booming and booming. And eventually in the 70s and 80s, they became a powerhouse that would soon reach its golden age that we'll talk about right now. So Shonen Jump's golden age and expansion. So Shonen continued to boom in the 80s and saw fans across the world with the addition of Dragon Ball to their lineup. And Dragon Ball was so appealing because it featured like action in almost every chapter of the manga, and when it would end it would leave you with a cliffhanger, so you wanted to know what happened next, which makes you want to read the next issue. So yeah, they would have cliffhangers which would make people buy the next issues and volumes. It was so popular that Dragon Ball got its own anime adaptation and movies with video games too. It's that popular. Also, since the popularity overseas was so good that they wanted to expand, Shonen wanted to expand and try out different anime rather than just focus on that one niche of, action. So they picked up JoJo's Bizarre Adventure, and it's a pretty strange anime at first, but to be honest, it was a pretty good pick for something they could branch off to. And with this, we move on in time to the early 90s and the 2000s, where the internet became more relevant, and this allowed for subscriptions to the manga or subscriptions to the weekly releases. So people around the world could keep following and subscribe to each weekly issue that came out. Some things that I still need to research, though, I've done a little bit of research, but I still need more. I've tried to keep up with the current lineup that they've been releasing. I've pretty much kept up with it since I've been watching the anime that has been releasing currently for them. So some of their current installations or installments include My Hero Academia, which is supposed to have their 5th season coming out next spring, but their manga is still ongoing right now. Black Clover with their weekly releases, weekly new episodes on VRV, Crunchyroll, wherever it may be. And they also have the ongoing manga. And Demon Slayer, which just released a movie, which was really popular in Japan. And they're expected to have a 2nd season soon with an ongoing manga as well. And some attractions relating to Shonen Jump are in Japan. They have this theme park called J World, and it's amazing. It pretty much is a shonen theme park. There's so many different attractions. Like they have a Dragon Ball attraction where you can stand on Goku's cloud that flies in the air. There are cardboard cutouts of like Deku and Asta, and you can compare heights with them. And then there's like a Naruto exhibit where you can take the throwing knives called kunai and you can practice throwing them, practice throwing shuriken as well. And there's like scale models of the actual characters in the show. Like as you can see in the bottom picture, there's Goku, Luffy, and Naruto. And along with this, another attraction that Shonen put out was Jump Force. It's a video game that's out on all consoles right now. It's an amazing game. They took so many characters from all their different manga and anime. So you have like Naruto, Gon from Hunter x Hunter, Deku from My Hero Academia, Jotaro from JoJo's, and so on and so forth. There's so many different characters, and they put it all into one fighting game, and it's so amazing. And they're also still dropping new characters. I think the most recent person they dropped was Todoroki from My Hero. But yeah, they're still releasing new characters. This brings me to what is my favorite Shonen Jump installments and why. There's only two that I think are really good right now. My two favorite installments are My Hero Academia and JoJo's Bizarre Adventure. Why JoJo's? Because as you can see in the bottom picture, the art style is very unorthodox and pretty interesting, right? Because it's not as cartoony or like cartoony, I guess, as most anime should look. And the power system is really interesting. Most of the characters have to rely on like their brains and strategy to win their fights rather than like brute strength and like power. And then why My Hero Academia? Because all the characters are dynamic. They work so well together. The story is very easy to follow. It's about superheroes. Who doesn't like that? It's just a good show all around. Who doesn't like a show about superheroes? It follows a kid named Deku who wants to become the best hero, even though he doesn't have any powers. Isn't that crazy? I want to show you some clips from the show. So here's the first clip. It's from My Hero. I'm going to pause this here. Let's skip ahead. So it's Bakugo versus Todoroki. Bakugo has explosions, and then Todoroki can control ice and fire. So he can control ice. I'll leave that one there because it's more interesting if you understand the whole story and watch it from there. And then here is JoJo's with Giorno Giovanna and Bucciarati. It's very interesting as well. Like the art style, like just the art style alone in this show is very interesting. As you can see, the art style is very weird, but very interesting as well. And doesn't that look weird? It's just a very strange show, but it's very enjoyable. Yeah. Very strange show, but I like it a lot. And also, as you can see, Giorno's on the bottom. He is my favorite JoJo. I got the figure just because he's my favorite character in the show. I don't know, this is kind of crazy, but so in conclusion, overall, Shonen has made an impact today, not only in Japan, but as you can see, on the rest of the world. I see the otaku culture and Shonen culture every day on social media, and I've been to a couple like conventions as well, like Comic-Con and a couple of anime conventions here in DC, and it's so good to see the culture thriving here. Like everywhere you go, you'll see it in the US. It shows how much Shonen, but not only Shonen, but how much anime and manga in general have impacted us all, especially me in my own life. And here are the sources that I've used for this presentation, as well as my paper that is due the next week. And that's it. Thank you so much.